YouTube.
Today we are going to be drawing.
Q from Alphabet Lore.
That's right. Q.
Q.
It should be a lot of fun. Please, if you can, ask your parents if you can subscribe. That would really help us out a lot. You ready to start drawing, buddy?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. All right, you ready to go, Landon?
Yeah.
Q.
Q.
Cool. So we practiced this a little bit, actually quite a bit. And in our practice, we recognized and realized that starting with Sharpie can cause some frustration. So today, to eliminate some frustration, we're gonna start with pencil. And we trace the whole thing over with Sharpie, okay? Q's eyes are what's difficult. The rest of Q is not all that difficult. Okay, but the eyes, getting them the same or similar looking is pretty difficult. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start a little differently than what we did in practice, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna start right here and we're gonna draw his circular body, which is basically just his head. And then that circle is gonna come down to the bottom and it's gonna be a straight flat line. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. Ready? It's like a C shape, yep. Okay, so using pencil gives us the ability to, if we don't quite like how something is, or if it's not the exact type of curve we like, we can erase it, fix it. Okay, our hope is to not use the eraser too much, but a little bit is completely fine. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna finish off his little foot. Really, it's a wiggly foot.
Tail.
You could describe it as a tail, but it's more like a foot. He's like a slug, right?
Yeah, like the back of a foot.
It's like picture a slug moving, and that's what we're gonna draw here, the back of a slug, or in this case, the back of Q. So it's gonna come up like this, and then it's gonna come up and do a little bit of a squiggly. Okay, that's perfect. I actually kind of enjoy yours a little bit more than I enjoy mine. And I can adjust that later if I feel I need to, all right? So, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the back side. Okay, and remember, he's a circle, or pretty near a circle.
Yeah.
His head is anyways. So we're gonna have that come up. And I'm gonna stop it right about there, because we need to leave space for the eyes. Okay, good. So now comes the tough part, right? And we've left the space open because the eyes on Q are out in front of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, they're what you would see first. So we can't draw the top of his body, or head in this case, without having drawn the eyes, or we would have to erase lines, right?
Yeah.
So we want to try to avoid erasing lines if possible. All right, so what I want to do now is and if we have to erase a little bit, like if we find that that's not exactly the right spot, that's fine. Or if we find that we have to continue to draw the line a little bit to meet the eye, that's also fine, okay? So what I'd like to do first is locate where the eyes are going to attach to the head, okay? And we can do that by drawing little curved pieces. So one's going to go there, and I think one's going to go right about there, okay? And again, we're going to go over this stuff with Sharpie.
All right, that one's supposed to be down a little bit, right?
Well, you know, barely. Mine are barely down. I think, yeah, maybe just erase it a little bit. So while Landon's fixing that up, I'll explain what these are, okay? So this is where the eyes are going to attach to the head. I may have already said that, but what this is going to amount to is these like antenna-looking eyeballs. They're really strange, really strange. They're not antennas with eyeballs on the ends. It's almost like the antenna is the eyeball.
Yeah.
It's really strange. So, you happy with what you have?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And again, we can adjust at any point in time. So this eyeball is gonna curve its way up. It's gonna be kind of like a slow, lazy curve. And I might run through this line. Is that okay, Landon?
Yeah, because then you can just erase.
I could just erase. And does it matter if these are perfect anyways?
No.
No, because we're not going perfection. We're going for
fun.
That's right. So this is gonna kind of curve up like this. We're gonna draw this side of the eyeball first, which curves a little bit, just slightly. And so what I did was I also adjusted this side because it didn't curve at all. So I just kind of curved it a little bit. Yours already curves, so it's good. All right, now to connect this part to here, from where it attaches to the head to here, we're gonna do a little fold, which ends up looking sort of like an upside down V. And then we're gonna take a line from kind of the middle of that fold and just go straight down. And again, if adjustments need to be made, like I just did, perfect. Okay? Now we're gonna finish off this one eyeball. Okay, we're gonna do that by making what looks like a hat on top of the eye. It's really just an eyelid, but it kind of looks like a hat. Kind of like an army hat. Short bill on it. So first things first, we're gonna make a curve. It's a curved line, okay?
Wait, up or down?
Curved up a little bit.
There we go.
Good. And then let's do that little, it's a little fold of skin. It kind of looks like the bill of a hat, but it's not too big. You don't want to make it too big. And what I'm going to do, Landon, is I'm going to wrap it around back, okay? Something we didn't do in practice, but I'm going to try it right now. Ready? I'm going to wrap it around back like that. So it's like a C, but it wraps around the back of the eye. There you go. That's great. Okay. Then we're going to take this and we're going to go up, and it's an upside down U. And it comes down like that. Good. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now we can draw, we'll just draw the outline. We won't fill it in now. We'll fill it in later, but we'll draw the outline of the pupil, the black part of the eye. And it mimics this curve, this very slight curve. And it's pretty big. And it's, like usual, a rectangle with rounded corners.
I don't think I did that wide enough.
Oh, pretty close, but yeah, you can, the beauty of a pencil, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, I like it a lot. Like it a lot. Okay.
Thanks.
Now, we're gonna try our best. Oh, one little detail, we can kind of wrap that around the back as well. There you go. Good. So now we're gonna try to make a second one that looks similar to that. And this is where we've run into trouble in our practice. We've just found it to be a little bit challenging. Okay, so here we go. We've got our pencils. We're ready to start. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is that slow curve, that slow, lazy curve. It's gonna come up and curve up like that. Good, yeah, that's pretty similar. Mine needs to go a touch higher. Okay, but I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna try to make it about the same. Right, you can just do a little pencil measuring. It does not have to be perfect, but you wanna get it pretty similar. Just trying to get the width of it, right? Just so I'm close. I just wanna be close. So it's somewhere in here for me. And also, you know, you can check with your eyes and erase and fix if needed, right?
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. Little slight curve to it. Good. If you have to rework it, you have an eraser, so it's perfect, okay? Now what we're gonna do, similar to the other side, we're gonna do a little fold, almost again like an upside down V or an A without the cross line. And then we're gonna take from there, and we're gonna curve it down and meet that spot. When I say curve it down, it's a very, very slight curve downward.
There.
Good, so I feel like things are looking pretty good here, Landon.
Wait. I feel like I just
You need to fix it a little bit. You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, I like these. I like them coming along pretty good. Now, back to drawing this eyelid, which we're kind of referencing as like a cap, looking like a cap, an army cap. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna connect from side to side with a little curved line.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad. And we can rework it later too, right?
Yeah.
Good, now we're gonna do this C-shape thing that kind of finishes behind the eye. So it's like a little bit of a C like this. Good. Now, next step is to go up and over with what looks like a cap. Now mine are not the same size. This one's taller than this one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We're not gonna worry about it.
This one's just like kind of blocky. Or
Yeah,
blocky
we'll make it a little more rounded. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna do the pupil on this side. We're gonna follow the same rules, okay? This pupil is gonna mimic the edge. It's a rectangle with rounded corners, like a lot of alphabet lore drawings are. Okay, and we'll color that in later, so it'll look a little nicer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now there's a few more things to do. I am noticing that I think I made my body a little too big. I think I need to rework my body, which I'm not exactly happy about because I feel like the line is still going to be able to be seen, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. That's nice. Okay, cool. So now we're both at the same spot where we can have this. Imagine the circle continues through his eye. Comes to here. I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to continue this down very lightly, just so I can make sure I get it to where I want it to be. And I like that a lot better.
It's kind of like not curved enough.
Oh, so you mean you got to come up like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right out here would be good. Okay, this is the reason why we use pencil. And actually, surprisingly, we are having more trouble with the circle than the eyes this time around, but
Yeah.
cool. I like how it looks so far. We have a couple of more details and then we're gonna go to color. Yeah, we're gonna go to Sharpie and color. So we have a mouth to add, and the mouth is a vertical mouth, which is pretty cool. You don't see that very often, right? And there's a couple of obviously there's, when Q talks, his mouth looks different. We're gonna have his mouth be closed, but his teeth showing, instead of his mouth being open, okay? So here's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna mimic the line of the circle, and it's gonna run most of the length of his body, and then you're gonna bring it across. See, I messed that line up a couple times.
It's okay.
You're gonna bring that line basically straight across, horizontally, and then you're gonna again mimic the shape of that circle. Nice job. And then you're gonna bring it basically straight across. Okay, and then you're gonna add 3 lines to create 4 teeth. 1, 2, and 3. Those are all horizontal lines. Okay, ready for the last step before we
Yeah.
trace with Sharpie and color?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's a big circle here, a medium-sized circle here, and a small circle here. That's it. There may be a few more detail lines, like adding that line and that line will maybe help a little bit. But other than that, I think I also might just add a little detail like that. Just to add to it and have it, look a little more 3-dimensional. Okay, so Sharpies, markers, fast forwarding. You ready?
3, 2.
1, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. All right, this is how Q came out. Q!
Yeah.
And it was fun, but very challenging. Let me show you why. This is our first go round with Q. and you can see that it just came out way too dark. We were trying to stick with our Prismacolor markers. We used the lightest brown we had, which was not very light, and yeah, disappointing to say the least. So we did them again. What we did was we didn't do the drawings again. We just traced in Sharpie, and we did it again, different coloring. This is much closer, still not perfect, but it's much closer. We feel much better about it. Yeah, sometimes you're not gonna have the colors you need. On the hats, the little eyelids, we had to use green and brown together to give us sort of that greenish brown that we're looking for. So anyways, we still had a ton of fun. We are going to continue going all the way through these alphabet lore characters. Doing some stretching.
Yeah.
Tell them to check out our other channels. What are our other channels' names?
Crazy Kids and Odin's Antics.
Crazy Kids and Odin's Antics. And also continue to check out the playlists on this channel, Craft Kids TV. Stay awesome. Keep drawing. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.